All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakodash. Dabana to the apostles and others of great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word and sincerity and in truth. Yeah, I want to do this lesson on zero hedge, dealing with the MOTB. And what month we in? We're in the month of June. All right. It's June. It's June. But anyways, it says Aussie primary school sees microchips in student brains in 10 years. All right. Dated June, Thursday the 2nd, 2022. An Australian primary school predicted microchips in students' brains within 10 years before subsequently deleting the newsletter that contained the creepy prophecy. Yeah, so we already know what it is. To be honest, you don't really have to add too much legs on it. But, for prophecy's sake and for the new individuals that watching and learn this truth. Yeah, that's the prophecy of Revelation, the 13th chapter. Scripture says that I'll cause all rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or their forehead. As things reach the pinnacle of this devil's, as we know, as the so-called white man, the Idumeans, the Edomites, as they try to fulfill their enterprise, which is going to come to a screeching halt. Scripture says that they're not going to actually be able to fulfill their enterprise. We see that this devil is gunning for it. All right. And he's going to put it, throughout his universities, his businesses, corporations. Which essentially these are conglomerations. You have the word corporation, corpse. The root word of corporation goes back to corpse, which is pertaining to the body. And a amalgamation of many corporations turns to a conglomeration. All right. And all these conglomerations are interwoven with one another. That's why they have the best deals of wholesale. They have a very, very strong relationship, and they keep a very, very strong rapport with one another. And these affiliated markets is going to be governed by the beast system, and that beast system's main device is going to be the beast mark. All right, that's what Revelations, the 13th chapter, is talking about. You see, and we're going to see trial runs. We're going to see many tests. We're going to see a lot of deliberations in these different departments of Esau before really everything starts to clamp down and get more aggressive. You have what's the word? Gradualism. See, gradualism deals with gradually graduating, gradually getting from one step unto the next step, unto the next step, unto the next step, to the fulfillment of the fullness of the prophecy. All right, so. It says the bizarre entry was featured in the May 26th edition of the Preston West Primary School's newsletter, which listed a number of prosaic things the school envisages will be helpful to educating children in a decade. They include more mental health awareness, more building and development, as well as technology. This is the main point. Not the mental health awareness, the buildings and the development. Yeah, that all is fine and dandy. But their main thing is the technological advances for teachers and students. See, and these teachers, they're already showing that they're not on no level, man. A lot of these teachers ain't nothing but robots. They don't have any type of real. They don't have no true. They raise children and they give them certain points of academics to learn, but there's still a major fall off from a lot of these different teachers in these different universities. It's a lot of complaints. It's a lot of teachers that deal with a slack hand. It's a lot of the teacher and the educational market is really dying. Now, of course, don't get it wrong. These people all are required as population grows, people are required to go to these different universities and colleges and stuff like that. No, universities, of course, it starts to become a privilege. After you graduate and you get your different degrees to be accepted into universities. But nonetheless, this matrix is not holding its strength as it once was. And that's why Esau is going to look to put the beast mark, which we all know, inside of the skin, deeply embedding it into the skin of these different children, as well as the elderly and things of that nature. I'm going to jump down. It says the newsletter, although the newsletter was deleted by the school, it appears all their newsletters have been wiped. Proof it was originally posted can be seen through Google search catch below. See microchips in students' brains to promote intelligence and memory. Yeah, and a lot of these kids, they don't have the mental faculty to even retain a lot of knowledge. A lot of these kids are heavily distracted by the internet, man. And it's literally wiping away everything that they once learned. They might go to school for, X amount of hours. And right after that, they jump straight on the internet. They don't even take time to cultivate the knowledge that they actually learn and learn how to apply it, which essentially becomes a form of wisdom, But they don't have the ability to discern and take faculties of wisdom, faculties of knowledge, in which Scripture says in the book of Sirach, knowledge of wickedness is not wickedness, is not righteousness anyways. It's not knowledge. Excuse me. Knowledge of wickedness is basically not wisdom. That's how it's written. So essentially, it's not wisdom anyways. But these kids don't even have the ability to even retain knowledge as they used to. Don't get it wrong. It's a lot. It is knowledge, some forms of things you learn to know, because Jay could jump up. Well, these kids is learning, of course they're learning, but the processing, especially so-called Black and Latino kids, and Esau ultimately wants to find ways in the system where there's where he can work his niche, and that in that niche, he's gonna put a implantable device within you. It says, as we have previously highlighted, implantable microchips are moving closer to becoming commonplace, particularly as countries embrace the digital ID and a cashless society. Yeah, so cash is becoming less and less. Technology is becoming more and more promoted, and it's getting to the point where the prophecy of Revelation, Scripture says, in the end it shall speak. It's speaking loud and clear. The Lord isn't playing around. He's going to allow this devil to put down the wrath of the full wrath, pursuing the Revelations 12 and 12 upon the souls of the righteous. But the ones that stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, anoint their heads with eye salve, as it is written, and deal with the first works. Those are going to be the ones that actually have the ability to sustain. Going back to their first love, which is this truth, because as it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls of all, who is he? Esau. All right. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save is another word for except he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, threescore. Threescore, of course, is 60. And 6. The number is 666. That's why you have on the barcodes is 666. And everything in this devil system is integrating towards him putting his witchcraft, and his wizardry as the prominent forefront to keep you people under, operations of control, mind control. All right. And there's no better device than something that's implanted within you. You know, because he gives these different devices for us to use, these different phones, gadgets, and gadgets, you know. But when he puts that mark within you, that's full totalitarian control. That's why it tells you that in Revelations 18 about the souls of men. You know, and I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to speak a few points on that. You know, we in these times where things are going to get more detrimental, you know, for the world. But guess what? It's going to turn up also for the righteous. And that's all indications that our salvation draweth nigh. All right, so hopefully, brothers, will edify them anybody, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Shalom, Akim.